Hi, this is Joey Kaufman and Dan Weber, USCFootball.com instant analysis following one day's practice. Dan, this was a little bit of an up-tempo practice, trying to get ready for Oregon. What did you notice out there?
I think they got into it. I think they were serious at the start, but maybe not quite maybe where they wanted to be. But I thought by the end of the practice, I thought this was real scrappy, and I thought the best Trojan time running we've seen at the end of the practice. I thought they had a lot of energy, and they're serious. They know, as Coach Orgeron was just talking about. Somebody asked him, "Can you get up for this week after Arizona?" And he said, "Well, can't get up for Oregon, can't get up for me." He says, "They get your attention on the plane coming back from Arizona." So he said, "We'll find out, but you better be able to."
One of the nicer things about the schedule is they get Arizona 1 week, a similar kind of up-tempo team, and they get Oregon the next week. Do you think that helps at all? I mean, I figure that factors in.
Well, I think it does. I think they can look at the Arizona game and think, what they didn't do, the opportunities that came their way to make plays that they didn't, the tackles that, open field tackles that they didn't make in space that they know they have to make against Oregon. The tackles that they made in space last year, I mean, that was the key first 3 quarters last year up at Oregon, is they made every tackle that came their way. They didn't miss a tackle. They were very, safe. And it was an interesting combination because they were aggressive as heck, but they were sound and safe, and they just didn't get beat, for the deep, explosive play. And that's the key against Oregon. You can't let them, get that, that big-time play. The big difference this week probably is quarterbacks. Matt Scott's more of Arizona's more of a, going to throw the ball and be comfortable doing that. Marcus Mariota just has the ability to, run, go 80 yards. If you miss him, you get him a, big opening. So I think the key, I was talking to Coach Orgeron about, you're going to try to force him to throw it. He said, you just got to make sure they don't make the big explosive plays. You got to tackle well.
One of the things that's really true about this SC defense, I think, is, as you pointed out, was they have that perfect blend of aggression and speed, and it really showed against last year against Oregon. Hayes Plard, Jawan Starling had those big games.
That's what Hayes said. He was so proud of it. Yeah, it was his best game of his college career. There's no question about it. Did everything right. Was in the right place, and I think that's the big emphasis this week. And same with Jawanza. I think the game came down to basically the last play Oregon had before the field goal was a play we had Jawanza singled up with the receiver in open space, and he made the play. And that was they had to kick the field goal and couldn't do it. And I think that's what the emphasis here this week is: make every play that comes your way, be in the right place, don't miss any tackles, and make them drive the ball 80 yards. Don't allow them to get 80 yards in one play.
All right, that's Wednesday's Instant Analysis. I'm Joey Kaufman. This is Dan Weber. Stay tuned to USCFootball.com for more.